There we go. What up, fuckers? Hello. I didn't stream anything yesterday, but I have decided that I will resume streaming at this time. Didn't really draw that much yesterday. We only filled in a couple of things. Right. So at this moment, yeah, we're doing base colors and we're getting ready to start rendering pretty soon, I suppose. But yeah, we're still doing bases right now. So it's chill. It's easy. It's just repetitive, boring bullshit. Till it's done, it's not. Yeah, we really can't do anything until it's done. This is just the way that we work. As far as actual rendering goes, I guess I'll be trying to do more solid style, less smudge, blurry, gradient edges, etc. But we'll see. This is metal. This is the piece that goes around her arm. Yeah, I mean the drawing itself I still think looks okay, but progress has been really slow on it. A number of reasons, mostly I mean it's all me to blame, to be honest. I played Hollow Knight a bunch yesterday with friends, and then I watched Knight's anime with Zach and just kind of hung out. We didn't really, we like, a good chunk of hours, probably like 8 hours, was spent on just hanging out with friends, which isn't a bad thing, right? But this piece is on like a bit of a timer. Originally, I was thinking about going to that one drawing event, but I think I need to draw today. Like this drawing, I can't afford to just go and fuck around in some other, whatever the hell that drawing event is. I used all my socializing time yesterday, is all I can say. I was legitimately thinking about it, because it's like, most people going there, a third of them are new anyways, so maybe I can fit in just fine. And I probably would fit in pretty fine. I'm an artist. But at the same time, maybe not. I don't know what art those motherfuckers are into. Seems like based on the advertising itself, it seems to be geared more towards Western media, not so much anime. But who knows? Who knows? Maybe we all think that way. And then it turns out it's actually a good mix of both, It could have been. That's why we gotta go to find out, right? But I'm not going today. I hope they have something similar again next week or month or any other time. It doesn't even have to be that group, I suppose. Like, I can just look for some art groups and I'm sure I'll find something going on every once in a while, every week or so, somewhere nearby. I'm fairly confident that there will be something, it's just I have to go actually look for it. That meetup site is so ugly, though. It wants you to pay to use it. You can use it for free, sort of, and you kind of miss out on a couple of worthless features, I think. But like, it really pushes to try and get you to pay for that shit. Like, bro, fuck off, you know? Anyways, we move. So Helena's panties are black, right? That's kind of hot, isn't it? Don't you think? They're black. I don't know. Helena's just hot. It doesn't really matter what she wears. They could be white as well. In fact, her anime depicts her as having white panties. I don't know why they're black suddenly in the retrofit, but yeah, I ain't really gonna complain. Good either way, right? As long as it's Helena, it really doesn't matter. I kind of actually for gore, but we should probably also fill in the clothes down here. Warorg is drawing Helena's, what is it, bathing outfit or whatever. The onsen skin for the birthday piece, I suppose. I decided I didn't want to draw that one for the birthday, and I'm not sure I'm going to draw that one, to be frank with you. Right now, I mean, I've already drawn Bath Towel Helena before. Right, I've already done it before. I don't know. I'm not like particularly motivated to draw it at this time. Maybe one day, you know, maybe at some point. Maybe for some other anniversary event or whatever where we gotta sexualize Helena because that's what sells with the Azur crowd these days. Maybe one of those times. But it currently stands, I'm just gonna draw what I want to draw. That's how it always is, right? Even more so now. Oh, this is skin, I forgot. She has a chest pocket. It's very hot. It's like easy access for you know what. God. Helena is like very much perfect. Cause so like she's attractive, but she's not like the kind who like is like overtly seductive type of shit, whatever garbage, right? She's actually very pure and lovely in spite of it all. She's a good girl. And that's hot. A good girl who's attractive. Can you believe it? Ugh. Red, white, and blue, huh? She's really the embodiment of US. Best girl. Unfortunately has to be tied to such a shit country. I like Eagle Union girls. I do not like the United States of America. I am not very patriotic at all. I think patriotism is kind of stupid. Blind faith, motherfucker. Sure. Not being able to trust anything because everyone's untrustworthy, guys. I can trust my fictional waifus though, because they're all figments of my imagination. There's nothing they can do that isn't dictated by what I decide. They're actually, you know what? I'm thinking about it right now, right? Some people have like depression, right? They have that kind of destructive personality or whatever, where they like self-destructive personality, I mean. And so, in that kind of case, I guess they would basically fuck over themselves in their own imagination, and that's kind of funny. Not like a really haha funny kind of way, but it's just like ironic, amusing kind of shit. It's like, yeah, like the world is your mind is your oyster, and you still chose to make it a fucking hellhole for yourself. Um, it's times like this where you start to wonder, right? What really is free will? Like, why would you choose to do that? And then you talk about that, so actually, it's not their choice, is it? It's a effect of the influence of the world around them, and like their circumstances that cause them to behave this way, to think this way. And then it's like, okay, well, if that's true, are we simply just a product of the world that we inhabit? Like, how much of it is actually us, our free will, right? Do you actually, yeah, what is free will? What makes it so that you have free will and aren't just a responsive, reactionary to your environment? What do we need to be considered having free will? Is it possible? And like, yeah, there will be people who tell you it's not. In my very honest personal opinion, I don't think it matters if you have free will or not, because within our context, within the scope of our world and our like perception of it, our behaviors are determined by ourselves, right? So even if in some sense your actions could be considered predetermined, you predetermined them. It's just you didn't know that yet, kind of deal, right? Like they are still predetermined by you, in a sense, if that makes any fucking sense. So yeah, like I think generally the argument about free will is used to try and like reduce accountability for yourself. I don't think that's valid. You still are you whether you made that choice yourself or like earlier or whatnot, right? You made that choice one way or another, whether based on the circumstances you inhabit. So it's still your choice, even if you were always going to make it, sir. But that's just my thoughts. I very much do believe in like people should be accountable for their own actions. I don't know about you, but I think if you did something, like you can justify it, but you should own up to the fact that yes, you did do it, whether or not you have like a reason for it, so to speak. And that it wasn't like, oh, those fucking spirits were communing with me, actually. I had no control over my own body, motherfucker. Yeah, you did. The spirits aren't real as far as we're concerned. The figments of your imagination are just your imagination. I do wonder, actually. There was that one talking point. Wait a fucking minute. I just realized. So yesterday I was talking with Zach, right? I mentioned that we were like hanging out. And I asked him something along the lines of like, if a prisoner or if somebody who commits a crime, I mean, a criminal, if a criminal commits a crime but then loses their memory, should they be punished for the crime? Right? I remember asking him that, and now I just realized that's from Arcanite. I'm gonna tell Zach. Yeah, okay. I'll tell him later when he gets on for playing Hollow Knight if he ever does. I just think it's funny because we were talking about it and we were shitting on Arknight's prose too because it is funny sometimes how Arknight goes in such a roundabout way of like writing everything. And like there's that whole Google Docs that was like translating a Bilibili video that was making fun of it. And like it is funny, don't get me wrong. I think it's fucking hilarious. But at the same time, uh so what yeah, the real answer is pretty much just I think I could agree with what like Zach basically ended up saying, right? But The real answer is pretty much just why do we punish people for crimes, right? And if the reason we punish people for crimes is just to enact revenge, then yes, you do punish them whether or not they remember. But if the point of punishing crimes is like, so it's like, what is it that you want out of a criminal, I suppose, if you jail them? And some will say it's actually like rehabilitation or that kind of shit, like turning, like fixing them. Do you believe they can be fixed, etc.? That kind of idea behind it. And so, oh, whoops. If that's the case and they have forgotten, then they don't no longer necessarily need to be fixed, correct? So then you would not punish him. But then obviously the problem with this is that every motherfucker in the world who commits a crime would plead amnesia. And I guess like how do you prove someone has forgotten? That's difficult. So there's logistic issues about like actually implementing such a kind of system where amnesiacs do not necessarily get punished for their crimes. But it does go to like wonder like if what if you like if they were genuinely an amnesiac, you wake up, you don't know shit anymore, or at least you forgot what you did, who you were, that kind of thing, and now suddenly you're just getting flamed and like and then attacked for it or like hurt for it, like punished, right? They're like telling you you did this and like you just don't remember. That would suck. Yeah, that would suck. But in our current world, we would rather not let someone guilty go unpunished than to accidentally punish a innocent person, right? Something like that. Like if someone's innocent and they get punished for it, whatever. We would rather the like do that than have the off chance that somebody who is guilty avoids getting punished. That's the system we have and work with right now. Unless you're like white straight male, in which case you're probably able to get off scot-free even if you murder a bunch of people, but you know, that's besides the point. That is still the system we work in. Yeah, don't you love the United States of America, this failed state of a fucking democracy? Piece of shit ass motherfuckers, I hate you all. Okay, what else do we have here going on? Gold pieces are one of the next thing. Oh yeah, her gloves. I actually forgot about that part. Her gloves have an inner blue section, which I think is really nice. I love that part, actually. I love Helena's glove. I wish she would give me a hand job with her gloves on. You know, I could draw that. I am an artist. I could draw that. When are we drawing ship girl porn? I barely ever draw any NSFW or like even lewd stuff. Like I mean, typically the stuff like is lewd adjacent in a lot of cases, especially if it's like a swimsuit art or something. But I never actually really draw like NSFW, which may disappoint a number of people because I'm like the only Helen artist out there, and there are people who want Helena lewds. I don't care. I don't. If I don't care and I don't want it, then I don't do it. It doesn't matter to me. It's up to, I draw it if I want it for myself. There are cases where I have drawn some lewds that I just don't share with the internet because it's for me. It's for me, bro. Okay, that's all for there. Let's go back to the red side. So there's a little bit of red on her chest, right here. That hurts more than donut. Rog. I thought Rog was like a slur. Maybe was it a made up slur? As in Balrog? I can't, I mean, okay, when I say slur, I know it's not like a real big bad slur type shit, right? But what I remember is low tier god or some shit uses it like a basically like a slur. Ugh. I haven't streamed my art anywhere in a while, aside from my private YouTube that no one's on. Whew. My life shoulder's dying. I kill myself. What? Hmm. Oh, I'm reading about the Still in Love lore, the horse. So, obviously take it with a grain of salt. There are some of these myths that are made up about these horses that are not necessarily truth. Like people just make up stories because it sounds funny or cool. But basically, it's implying that like so this horse only ever had one person that rode them, I suppose, and like one jockey, right? And apparently they're saying they displayed mental stability issues because they spotted the horse at one point spots the jockey with their girlfriend, like for the first time. That's fucking funny. And if like just like the concept of like this horse is in love with their jockey,
And their name is Still in Love, right? That's funny. Yeah, you just have to high roll RNG. I'm not okay. I need to get off the horse shit. Horse the shit. Distraction constantly. Okay, so there is actually a red streak going through there. Uma, 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 uma. Det var skaret. Ikke gjør. Uh-huh. People make up shit about the horses all the time. Also, do not forget the SG radar. Okay, let's do the blue next. Is there anything else that's red that I'm missing? Also, the hair clip. I forgot about the fucking. Okay, give me a minute. Before we actually genuinely forget about these two things, let me just draw them in. Hair clips. So the hair clips are on this side. Right, just like this. Is that how high they are? Approximately, yeah, that makes sense. I might get lunch soon. I'll probably stop the stream for that and I'll come back later if I do. Well, I should continue drawing. I'm not done yet. But I probably should get lunch soon. It's 12:24 right now. I'm not exactly hungry, but you know, I gotta maintain that schedule. If I only ate when I was hungry, I'd probably eat like 2 meals, 1 meal a day. I don't know. I know some people do that. It's not healthy though. I mean, part of the reason I probably don't feel that hungry right now is because I haven't been running. I haven't been exercising. It's been fucking hot outside. Why is it like 83 degrees right now? It's okay, okay. That might sound like a piss shit kind of like, oh, it's only 83. It's not that hot. Brother, this like at this time of year it should be cooling down here. I know. And it's also humid. It's actually kind of humid. So it's not like, and it's in the sun, humid, 83 degrees is pretty uncomfortable to like, okay, it's decent if you're just walking around outside, but you can't run in that temperature. It's fucking awful. I have tried running in 80 plus degrees temperature and I do not want to do that ever again. I'm not doing that shit. And especially when it's sunny. If there's at least wind, maybe it's like tolerable. It's not good though. No matter like how you spin it, it's just as. It should not be this hot at this time of year. You know, it's more money to the big corpos. Deregulate the fucking anyone that cares about the environment, or not deregulate, defund. Deregulate all of the environmental protections, bro. More money to big corpo. Fuck you too. Alright, SG time. We should probably sketch it actually. Yeah, fair. I'll sketch it. Hair clips. SG sketch. So it's attached to this side of her hair. We always draw her classic SG in spite of it all. Okay, I'm gonna go like that. Just to make it a little more visible. So this is the upper. Okay, actually, I think the SG would be like behind her hair, so maybe it'd be over here. And then um fuck. What? My shoulder hurt. That's all. Um yeah, I mean it's just like this, and then back around. I think it's funny that I won the fucking HoloRes art contest. So I have kind of like mixed bag feelings about that because nobody particularly like super strong actually participated or put in that much effort. I feel. I know I said this about the Ozzer contest when I won it, quote unquote, but looking in hindsight, I would say that that contest that I won was not actually a weak one by any fucking means. Like there was more submissions than any of the ones that followed it. And honestly, top 10 was really strong in that year compared to, I feel like, well, okay, maybe top 10 is still generally pretty strong in even current years. It's so more just so that the top 30, like, yeah, there was some pieces towards the 20 plus range, but like even top, like up through the top couple after top 10 was still decently strong in the year that I had won, so to speak. Whereas now it's like it drops off pretty fast outside of the top 10, I feel. There's like a number of artists, probably including me, that have consistently been participating with solid results and solid like just contribution to this art contest thing. But outside of them, there's really not a lot of people left anymore. Artico is like the new face that I actually care and recognize about, I suppose. There are some artists I just don't know or recognize, and you know they're not bad either, actually, but very, very few overall that aren't already like established. I've been in this contest type shit before, and you know, it's the same faces every year, is all I'm trying to say. It's not necessarily a terrible thing, but at the same time, this community is not growing anymore. Not really. Ariko's not a new member to the community, they're just new to actually participating in any of the art shit that goes on. I don't know, they just didn't really participate in years past, and then suddenly this year they decided, or in this like recent years, they decided to actually do shit, and yeah, I mean, their art was always good, so they're always gonna get recognition for it. I don't know why they didn't in the years prior, but we all have our vices, we all have our reasons. Like, Ariko's been an Ozzer fan for as long, or probably longer than me, because just CN Client has been out longer, and I guess she started in CN Client, right? So, longer than me, actually. And I also had a break year, I'm not sure Ariko ever did. 2 years, a break 2 years for me. I don't feel like I missed anything overall, though. Sure, actually, no, that's false. I missed the Hololive collab. That's like the only thing that I can think of that I really missed that I'm like, damn. This is shit. What am I doing? Oh, ooh. Neptunia. I wonder if Neptunia games are actually good. Oh, okay. The answer to that, I think I can guess, is that there is an audience that likes them, would love them. Whether or not I am part of that audience is unclear, right? But they're definitely it has a decently sized following to the point where I have to at least believe that there is stuff that people like about it, meaning it is good for certain things. Whether that, yeah, whether or not I would be part of this group is something we would have to find out for ourselves. I can play them basically for free because Kitty has some Steam sharing bullshit. No, but I don't have time. I don't have time to play games very often anymore. I choose to play the few that I'm comfy with or happy with already. I've been thinking about replaying Tunic just to like a challenge run of Tunic where Bryce already did it, right? And he's already seems to have basically mapped out what you need to do to clear it. There is only like a couple of spots where there was actually any major issue. But it's the major okay, so the challenge run is stick only in terms of like combat, I think. Or is it not stick only? It's no sword specifically, which means you can use bombs and that kind of shit. But stick is the only proper weapon you have that is like infinite usage essentially. Everything else that uses some kind of resource, even if it's like rechargeable like mana, it does use a resource, meaning in a given life you do not have an unlimited amount of it. Bombs, so like theoretically you could get a virtually infinite amount of bombs via just stacking them forever with the usage thing. When you use 10, like say you use 10 dynamite, you get one for free now every life. You could virtually get an infinite amount of bombs this way, but that requires a certain amount of time to devote to it. I don't think it's worth it. Because like bombs aren't actually that strong for boss combat, and that's the main thing you're gonna need to fight. Bombs are really okay. I feel like there has to be some kind of like multiplier that is like applied to bomb damage that diminishes their effectiveness on bosses. Because I swear, like normal enemies, like the green land, like shield lance motherfuckers, they take a lot of damage from bombs. But then like bosses barely get tickled by them. It's like as weak as a sword hit on the bosses. It feels like it just doesn't match up. I think I might be wrong, and maybe it actually just the boss has so much more health that it feels like this. But I kind of am not. I'm not convinced that is the case right now, just based on entirely anecdotal evidence, looking at the numbers, or not even numbers, just looking at the bar. Like I'm not convinced the bosses don't have some kind of like damage reduction protection against dynamite. I know they can't be set on fire because they don't want you to just set them on fire and then run away forever. But that makes more sense. Just like weakening bombs in general, I don't know. I mean, one of the first seeming bosses in the game, the guard captain, is a normal enemy actually, so they take a shit ton of damage from bombs. Two dynamites will kill them. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Granted, at that point in the game, you only have a stick, probably. Wait, no. You get the sword before that. Never mind. Guard Captain dies to like 2 combos. As in like the 3-hit combo, right? I don't know. The Guard Captain boss is piss easy, of course, but the music is really solid. Like, it has a banger track for such a short fight, essentially. It's only, I guess it's not that short of a fight if you don't, like, if you use stick and don't dynamite him. But if you try to fight him normally with a stick, it can be a long fight because this motherfucker, like, can't be staggered, really. The stick does not stagger very easily. And so you just kind of poke him once with the stick and then have to dodge because he will attack you, right? You don't have a shield, you can't parry, you can't do anything. You just gotta wait for him to attack, roll in, hit him once, and then probably roll out. And since you have no stamina yet in the game, you're going to have to just fall back now. Okay, so the SG is basically drawn in now. I actually, so is this the SG? I assume this thing has always been the SG radar because it has the little pan or whatever I actually don't know the terminology for this shit, man. But I assumed that this is the SG radar, but is it? Like, maybe I'm just dumb. She doesn't have it in her retrofit. She instead has some, like, weird thing on her neck that is, like, a similar diamond crystal shape, but it's metal. She doesn't have this headpiece or anything like this exactly. I also always wondered, like, what is the crystal? Like, what is up with the crystal, um, things, these blue hanging pieces? They're on St. Louis's design too, actually. Also, yeah, if you're an internet motherfucker and you want to befriend me, you just need to be a fan of Helena and you could probably befriend me. As long as you're not a cunt flap, you sure. If you're like a piece of shit, it doesn't matter what you like or what you do. Ever. Obviously. Ah, my shoulder. Okay, what else do we do? So we can go ahead and... what other colors? I guess this gun could be pasted. So the blue, that's what I wanted to do first. Here. Recover. So the blue is a dark blue. It's like... it's less saturated than that, and it's more blue. It's somewhere around here, I would say. Yeah. Is it blue on the inside? Oh, is it black on the inside? It might just be lighting purposes. We can figure that out. For now, we're gonna say the inside is this color. Alright, we can fix the skin clipping in a second. It's not so obvious because the white and the skin are pretty close to the same color, right? But now with the blue, it becomes much more clear. Not same color, same-ish shade, like brightness, so it's hard to see the level of difference. Huh? Is this skin? What? Oh, no, 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 this is a different gray. Yeah, okay. Maybe the other side, no. Oh. Right, there we go. Back. We are so Baku. I like looking at Helena's bare hips. You know what else they are? They're not just bare, but they're also childbearing. It's too bad these hips will never bear children in real life. Alright, that's pretty close now. What else we gotta fill in? I think we do hair clip, SG, eyes. I know there's this. Let me fill in the golds, I guess, right now. What's up with the Muteki chat? Yeah, gold less. So I don't like in the actual art. This stuff looks white. Oh my god, this little clip thing looks pretty close to white, but it is tinted yellow, slightly. So I'm going to give it that. What am I doing? Okay. Maybe, okay, actually, maybe the gold should be a transcendent layer. Whatever. I didn't have to erase the other shit then. It's such a tiny chunk of gold. Okay, well, those are clean enough. There's this here. The main gold pieces you would think about. It's transcendent, remember. That's fine though. So there's supposed to be another piece of gold somewhere around here. Probably. Where did I go? Okay, that too. Where else is there gold? Some on her rigging, some on her wrist right here. I didn't draw in those like wrist pieces though. There is a bit on her shoes, right? Yeah, I accounted for that, by the way. These boxes. Oh. Does it need to transcend red? Guess it needs to transcend everything, yeah. Alright, anywhere else there is a notable amount of gold that I should be accounting for. Riggings, but that's going to be colored separately. Okay, let's call in the hairpin color. Hairpin color. That's going to be blue, white, pretty much. Like here is good, I think. It needs to appear pretty much white while also being a cooler color, not like skin tone. We're gonna do that. There we go. That's good. Let's get rid of clipping as well then. Alright. Oh yeah, and then the sketch we can get rid of. Oops. Where's the hair clip layer? Okay, the Esagirida is probably the same color as her gloves and shit, right? I say black base. Blue crystals can be separate. The white layer will be added onto it, or clipped onto the black base. You know what? Before we do that, let's just fix this as well. There's a bit of clipping here. It's two left. It clips on both the wide layers and the head layers. Okay. My voice cracked. Although I was trying to yell like high pitched anyways. It's whatever. Huh? You're telling me what? Fucking why, bro? It's so bad. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, these layers probably won't get modified too much.
SG crystal blue.
So it's like, it's darker blue than most of the parts of her outfit. Or hair, at least. More such, like this. That's too much. This is probably fine. We'll adjust it if we need to later. For now, it's fine. Yeah, I wonder if Dambaru taggers are going to consider this the retrofit outfit, because it largely is, but I changed specifically her neck piece here, because I like her neck piece into the SG radar, because I like this one more. I like the iconicness of this thing more. Alright, and then whiter. Here. Huh? Alright, so there's that, and right here. Something like that is okay. Okay, and then there's also the blue, this repaint. This one's a lighter blue than the crystals. Something like this might work. It's darker than that. That's fine. What's this? There we go. Is that it? Anything else we need to color in? Okay, eyes and actually purple hair. Purple hair is gonna be a little tough. Cause which parts of this are flipped around to our side and which parts are on the opposite side? Most of it will be blue this time. There won't be a lot of purple. I'm tired, bro. It's almost 1. I haven't even been drawing for that long. It's like an hour. Actually, it is just an hour, yeah. I have no drawing stamina anymore, bro. What the fuck is wrong with me? Alright, let's go to the eyes. Let's bring... So this is lash filler. Ow. So lash fills will be somewhere around here. Let me check. What does the officials use? Close to something like this should be acceptable. Oh, well. Where's the scratch? What the fuck is this? Oh, that's the fakes. You know what? Go to hell. We can figure that shit out later. Or no. Okay, well, fuck him. It should be below the hair. At least, even if it is transcendent on all the color layers below. Ow.
Is this more work than the usual? I don't necessarily even think it is, but it somehow feels like more work. When I say usual, I mean the vector layer pencil line art, and then coloring that. I'm not sure this is really any more work overall. But I don't know why it mentally feels more taxing to do. It is less familiar. That. Then white. I really wish there was an option to make it so you could automatically have the layer selected, like the name, and just like rename it right there. Instead of having to fucking double tap the name. Photoshop used to do that, but this is Clip Studio. Photoshop is not worth using for such a feature, but it's just like, why is that not even an option? Like, I can. Actually, if it is, please let me know. It might be an option, and I might just not be aware of it. I know I tried looking for it before, and it wasn't, but maybe it's new. Or maybe I was just blind. Who fucking knows? Eye color. So her high colors are around here. Remember. Let me click that. Yeah, something like this is okay. It's fine. For now, we can keep that. Eyes are filled in. Yeah, no, this is decent. This tech box, okay. We're not gonna call this it yet. Oops. So the tech box, do I want it to be the red one or the purple one? Or the gold one even? Ugh. Mm. I think red is acceptable. Let's see. The black metal is most of the box, actually. Most of it is, in fact. Yeah. Okay, so this is here. So these latches on top are actually red. This is red. This part's black. The inner part here is actually black.
I still don't know. Is it up to the guy to ask for the phone number if in that sort of scenario? Like, do girls ever offer like, yo, you want to exchange numbers? I feel like they do, right? Do they not? Maybe if they really like you, they would. Yeah, I have to assume it's something like that because otherwise I'll go fucking insane. The middle top piece here actually has separate pieces more. Like, okay, let's. Maybe I should line art these. Honestly, I probably should, yeah. So there's a box up here, and this box is black, but the edge rims are red still. Something like so. And then pretty sure something like right here is golden, is the light in the middle of the box. Okay. I mean, actually, the light can probably be its own layer because it needs to have a flare on it too. Ugh, okay. Looks like shit, but it's fucking whatever. I'm sure it'll look better when we balance the colors with everything else that also is supposed to have colors. Like this gun. Oh. Begun baser. Oh. Okay. When is Zach gonna be playing Hollow Knight, I wonder? Shit. Oh, good. Less saturation. Just, yeah, there we go. And then it's in the water, by the way, like partially submerged. It's gonna be something we have to deal with. Red. Chunks of it are red and stuff. Okay, I might stop right here right now. We still have a couple more things to base color in, but I'll save a version of this because it's at least like semi in place already. Alright. That goal. Oh wait. Screams. Save another version. 3. That's our 4th image. And yeah, I will be drawing again later today. It's just a matter of whether I'll stream it or not, right? We'll see. Until then, I mean, if I'm not streaming later today, I will be here tomorrow, because we only have 3-ish days left before. We're actually, like, clipped for time right now, God. You gotta draw more, bro. You gotta, yeah. Can you stop fucking around? Anyways. That's enough for now.